Ladies and gentlemen, to WCS Challenger North America Open Cup #1, as we are in our round of 32. That's correct, and we're going to be having MikeRoss himself, that guy, yes, from Suits, going up against MCanning.
I asked him, where'd you get your nickname from? And he answered, Suits, of course. I know that there are fans out there of Suits, but I didn't know they were that big fans of the show.
No. The correlation between lawyer in an office and Protoss warrior on the battlefield doesn't quite, like, there's some disparity there, I think.
Yeah, and also like MikeRoss, I guess, like he's a cool guy, but you know, like, what's next? We're gonna have Better Call Saul going up against MCanning or something? Like, what is going on here? Anyway,
I'd be okay with that tag, actually. That's not bad. All right, let's get into it. Game #1 in this best of 3. Whoa. As we have spawning down at the bottom right-hand corner. That's right, the man himself, MikeRoss, suited up and good to go. And down at the bottom, up to the top left-hand corner, of course, is MCanning. We've already seen him play as Zerg. It's now time to go up against the Protoss. Let's see how he's going to do. And you were mentioning, Todd, the American Protosses, especially in PvP, they're like the disruptors.
Yeah. MCanning in particular, MCanning and Pug, they're probably the two guys, you know, like almost no matter what, across multiple matchups, you're always gonna see them go back to their disruptors quite a bit, and they're very good at the War Prism micro a lot of the time when it comes into play in PvP, maybe a little bit less so. But just the disruptors in general, they have a ton of experience with them, so if they can get to that situation in the game where you're on the, you know, 2 base, 3 bases, and you're playing Blinkstalker Disruptor, then usually they will be able to do really well.
Careful checking by MikeRoss in his base to see if anything had already snuck in. Would have been kind of crazy early on, so doesn't want to get hit by anything too aggressive. Double gateways on the way.
I feel there are so many jokes to be made about MikeRoss's ID and his suit character. But you don't really watch the show, do you?
No, they'd be kind of lost on me, so it probably wouldn't work that well.
Why not?
Why don't I watch it? Or because I watched 3 episodes and I thought it was rubbish. But then again, we have these conversations every single time, and I think everything's rubbish.
Yeah, you didn't identify yourself to Lewis Litt a little bit?
Lewis, which one's that? Is that the one that looks like a beaver?
Wow.
Well, there's a guy that looks like a beaver. He definitely looks like a beaver. Everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say he looks like a beaver.
That's probably Lewis Litt, but he's pretty sick though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he wins an argument or something, like his last name is Litt, and he says you just got lit up.
Did he?
It's the sickest thing. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
You're such a hater. Nothing's ever good enough.
No, not at all, actually. You're right. I think so much is rubbish right now. A lot of series are rubbish, a lot of films are rubbish. I think I'm getting to that age where I'm a true cynic. It's not good.
I think that was... You were like that for a long time.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
MikeRoss wanted to play extra safe. He has actually checked for proxies north of his natural base, saw that there was nothing there. It's going to be a 4 Stalkers opener here from both players. And then from there, usually you see a Nexus starting, and then they'll go a lot of the time to Twilight Council, then Robo, and a 3rd gateway if they want to. You don't have to get it all the time, but sometimes you face some pushes that might require you to have it. And very thorough searching of the map here, especially from MCanning. He checked the entire top side of the map with 1 probe. He's checking the bottom with 1 Stalker. And Twilight Council now starts for MikeRoss.
MCanning has a little bit more information than MikeRoss, but other than that, MikeRoss has, as you said, just been very careful on his side of the map and not really prioritized the initial scout going out to the other side of the map anyway, so... hasn't seen anything in his opponent's bases.
MCanning actually being a little bit cheeky here, not starting Twilight Council. Like, the standard is what MikeRoss is doing, right? You get Twilight Council, then you get Robo, so that you will be able to get the observers on time to defend against DTs, and then you go into Blink, which is good against pretty much everything, and then allows you to go into Disruptors later on. But MCanning is like, you know what? I'll get some sentries first, then I'll go into Robo, and then I'll get Twilight Council much later than you. So there will be Blink available way earlier here for MikeRoss. It's not... I mean, you can't really do much with it if the opponent has enough anyway, but we'll see. Like, there are going to be a couple situations in which those Blinkstalkers can actually achieve something. But usually you won't be able to kill someone just because you have Blink and they don't, right? Especially because MCanning having his Robo, he can get Immortals out of it if he wants to.
MikeRoss has been just covering everything. He had Stalkers in the main just in case it was a Stargate. He's got a Sentry that technically could have hallucination, so he can scout into his opponent's main later anyway. And Immortal Production has begun for MCanning on the other side, with Forge going down here for MikeRoss.
Both players going for the Forge here. You're going to want to start working on these attack upgrades early on. In a PvP like this, as soon as you're on 2 base against 2 base, you know that basically, unless the opponent all-ins and kills you, you need to start getting those upgrades, because they're going to help you a whole lot later on in the game. And they're going to be taking the gases at about the same time on their natural bases there. Well, both players, even on the walk account here right now. Also, like MikeRoss, again, like this is a case of we see everything, right?
Yeah.
So we know that he has an earlier blink, but he probably won't know himself. So he's not really supposed to go for an attack if he doesn't know.
Yeah, I got
like, look, like he's gonna scout now with the hallucinated Phoenix, but I'm not sure he's able to realize, you know, that it's so much later for MCanning, because otherwise he might have gone forward, try to force a couple overcharge, and maybe even trade shields for sentries. If you can do that, it's so great, because then the opponent doesn't have sentries for Guardian Shield. Force Field's not really that useful anyway.
Ooh. Zealot charge on the way as well for MikeRoss.
Straight into charge, wow.
Yeah.
100 and 100, man, it's so tempting to get it. Feels so cheap. It's so cheap, it's almost free.
Yeah, like it.
1 roach and half is what it is.
Bargain-based deal there for you on your charge. Love it. All right.
Yeah, actually, I think there are a lot of crazy builds you can do like this now. If you're going to go for this as well, you can even do something crazy, like take the gold base if you want to as a 3rd base. But Templar Archive's now going to go down for MikeRoss.
Even just charge for the potential to having the 4 Zealots later on down the line just warping in and harassing a mineral line is really cool.
Yeah.
Super cheap, super cheap.
It's so funny how 100 feels like, you know, the biggest of differences, right?
Yeah.
It's like if the government told us tomorrow, instead of taking 30% of your paycheck, we would take, you know, 25%. We'd be like, oh my God, like, thank you.
It feels like a whole lot more than 30% even now, Tom.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Welcome to Germany. But yeah, you're right. You're totally right. It will be a wonderful day. So congratulations, Protoss. You've won the political lottery.
They elected a new president.
If only other countries recently could do that. For now, going to be an Archon joining this army.
I wonder what MikeRoss's plan is down the line, because when you play for a full ground army like this, usually you'd want to go for an attack before it becomes worse and worse as time passes by, especially against disruptors, right? And Archons and Charge Lots, they're going to be good at first, but then as soon as there are enough disruptors, like they're going to get blown up on the ground now. Those MCanning actually fully understand what he's facing there, because if that's the case, he's going to start walling off all over the place to make sure that he can't get busted into. Overcharge! He's using the main base to kill that hallucinated Phoenix here. He sees the Templar Archives now. And he's going to see the army.
Information!
And actually one big thing about this is that you can't attack at the front with everything, right? Because the opponent's going to have overcharge plus the army there. So what do? You send a prism in the main, and then you do a big warp in there to basically say to the opponent, my army is stronger right now, especially when it splits and forces you to split yours.
Even attacking at the front for MikeRoss seems kind of troublesome, because there are like 3 or 4 disruptors out on the other side, right?
I mean, you can bait these shots, you can pull back and stuff, like these units are pretty fast.
But I mean, even just from the last game that we watched, MCanning, as you said, his intravenous sending in of the Purification Overs was just so good.
I mean, he was the game, he was quite a bit ahead in, though. Like, it was very different. Like, if I look at his armies, I see the potential for MCanning to lose really hard as well, but I don't think he will. As long as he plays it right so far. Those shots, they have done a little bit, but not that much. That was the 2nd overcharge. There's still 2 more available here.
Another disruptor's about to pop out as well here, as the Zealots are going to start going to work on this fight.
Where is the prism?
This entire army, though, is just going to die off if it's not careful. Ooh,
oh, the prism is behind warping in. He was supposed to send that for the main base. MikeRoss is going to go for that 3rd Nexus.
Purification Over gets a lot of damage done once again here. He's desperately trying to get this base. And if he doesn't get it, oh my God, he doesn't get it, and he sacrificed so much of his army to do so. That's almost the nail in the coffin for MikeRoss.
I can't believe he didn't go for the main with the prism here. MikeRoss, I don't think that was ever going to work against MCanning in position, and with how good his micro is here. With the disruptors and Blink Stalkers, he's going to go on the chase, gets that one immortal, and now the supply for MikeRoss has plummeted.
Speaks for itself, my friend. There's 2 more Archons as well as Zealots warping in here at this 3rd base, but...
That useless Prism is still there.
Whereabouts?
He's like the carrier from earlier, checking out the waters and being amazed at how clear the water looks.
People are too distracted by this map, that's the problem. And there will be those 4 overcharges being taken down.
But the StarCraft nerds need a vacation.
I know, man. Even the Purification Nova's just chasing Zealots.
Maybe they need to qualify for Jönköping. There is a lake right next to the venue.
There is,
Go kayaking or something.
And it will be warm, regardless of it being Scandinavia. It's still really warm up there.
Actually, that lake's quite beautiful. A lot of people go camping and stuff there.
It's one of the biggest lakes in all of Europe, I think.
Really?
It's massive, yeah. Huge.
What are you, Wikipedia?
There you go, that's what I do. I have a lot of useless knowledge. Alright, more disruption. Purification Novas, killing off some units. There was a disruptor on the right-hand side that did die off. These Stalkers are all a move commander and actually dying off very quickly. They're going to blink behind the disruptors here. But I mean, regardless of how this goes down, MCanning is going to easily wreck this army. Blinks forwards towards the Immortal. GG. Game number 1 goes to MCanning. And it all comes back to MikeRoss trying to get that base. Didn't even get it and sacrificed so much of his army.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't think that again attacking at the front with everything like this, and also like the splits, they were decent at first, but then it kind of fell apart. The timing was late. I don't know, like just the execution. You can tell that MikeRoss was outmatched here by MCanning.
Difficult times.
And if you watch shoots, you will know that MikeRoss usually barely is ever outmatched.
Okay. Oh, he's the hotshot lawyer, right?
He's pretty good.
Yeah. Is he the main character?
There are multiple ones, but yeah, he's one of them.
The one with the hair, like the
Harvey Specter?
Oh no, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how I describe the beaver, the one with the hair. Like.
That's a good way, I guess, if you barely watch the show, right?
Yeah.
To describe something.
Yeah.
Even though that's not very complimenting.
I don't know. The beaver's all right.
Ascension to Ire going to be our next map, and you know, I wasn't particularly familiar with MikeRoss. I checked his profile. Seems to play quite a bit of 2v2. He was Masters in there in solo. Hasn't played too many games this season, so I think this is just a case of playing against somebody who's just way better than him right now in MCanning. Oh, that streams very regularly. Do you follow MCanning on Twitter?
Nope.
You should. He has the funniest tweets about this stream.
Yeah, I'll have to do that then. We'll check it out in a bit. Let's get into game number 2. Up to the top left, we do have MCanning as the red Protoss. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have MikeRoss as the blue Protoss. Actually, I don't know if I follow him or not.
Okay, I think you would know if you did, because he's pretty memorable. So here are some of his tweets. Yesterday when he was streaming, he wrote, "Someone told me nobody was perfect, but then I showed them the streamer and they changed their mind. Check him out." And then he linked the stream.
God damn it.
I could not even imagine not watching this guy stream. Is it even possible? I'll see you guys there. He is amazing. Linked his own stream.
That's pretty good. I like that. I like his bravado. There you go.
It's good to have options in life. This stream, however, is a mandatory watch. Check it out.
It's a mandatory watch. Is that all he tweets? Is the only tweet you stream?
Every single day it's a new one.
Yeah?
That's the beauty of it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Life is made up of a few major decisions. Watching this stream is one of them. Don't make a mistake and miss out.
Wow. Okay, no, I don't. I don't follow him.
Follow him, man.
Might have to change that soon, yeah.
Every day I see these tweets and I smile.
I like that. I've watched his stream a few times, though. That's for sure.
Someone asked me if I wanted $1 billion or to know the best place on the internet. Here's the best place. Link this stream. How does he come up with these? He's like brainstorming every day. He has like a list.
Absolutely. The list. The list of MCanning. Nice. All right, it's going to get in there and scout about. Have a look around. Really not much craziness going on at all.
Yeah, just mirror builds here so far. MikeRoss actually not scouting much of anything here so far this game, and might be going for the same kind of expansion. Again, I don't think the idea was bad, you know, like to go for a charge the way he did. Even though usually if you would want to go for a charge like that, you'd skip on Blink Stalkers, right? Because that delays your charge quite a bit. Not only is it a much longer upgrade to research, it's also quite expensive one. That's 50 more minerals and 50 more gas. So we're not quite, you know, Lamborghini old charge upgrades.
No.
Expensive, but definitely, you know, Ferrari blink upgrades style.
Okay. We can do that. We can do that.
So yeah, usually basically you will want to skip on that blink and stalkers and go straight into charge and then do a timing. That's probably what delayed him quite a bit. And then when he hit and there's already this many disruptors, it's already very hard to make work, but you can still, I think, make it work with the right prism controlling the main and with a big warp in there.
Comes down to a lot of information that he didn't have, really, right? He had no clue what MCanning was up to for a long time in that game.
Well, here's the thing with MCanning, though. Like, in a way, he can be kind of predictable in that. I mean, in this series, it's pretty clear he knows he's the better player, so he's just going to be playing standard, most likely with similar builds. Even though, like I say, like some of these guys, you know, they know how to mix in a little bit of different builds here and there. Like in this case, we still see the same sentries that we saw last game starting. It's probably, what is it going to be next? The Robo, right? And then the Twilight. What now? What now?
Robo over to the top. Probably the Twilight Council towards the back. In just a bit's time.
I wonder if MikeRoss maybe makes the adjustment and then starts charge now. That would be the sickest. No, he goes blink. Game over.
Twilight Council up towards the back and then pylon.
It's actually quite crazy. Like, it will be the sickest counter if you think about it. Because MCanning, what does he go for? Blink, right?
Yeah.
And Stalkers in lower numbers, or even in higher numbers, if they have to face pure charge lots, they will do pretty bad.
Yeah, you have a lot of charge lots by the time you actually go over there.
Obviously, you would have the overcharge to work with, right? But
I guess the only thing you'd have to be worried about is a few force fields. Holding you
man.
back.
Who can land force fields against charge lots?
Yeah.
To be honest, I guess if they get enough energy, but remember one thing, these sentries, why are they here? To get hallucinations and send across the map, so...
But 3?
He would scout imminent death, KLIs.
He would, yeah.
And then not be able to do anything about it. And immortal production actually out of both players here.
Fast, fast, fast. Get it going. Using it to bolster the ranks just in case a blink attack is to come. Forge on the way for MCanning. No blink just yet. He has the gas, but where are the minerals? Does he start it? Don't know. Apparently not.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe MCanning will be the one to start charge here and do something different.
That'd be cool. Double gas
Observer on the way now. That music is sick.
Do what I can.
I don't know what's happened with you, but
no,
never again.
Never again. It's fine. +1 on the way.
3 more gates right now from MikeRoss.
Still no blink. It's gone, Todd. It's gone.
I don't know if he forgot. Like, this is really weird at this point. Like, you're not supposed to not start anything. Like, look at this. Blink just finished.
Yeah.
For MikeRoss. If he actually like made 7, 8 gates and attacked and kept on blinking back, I think he would just win this game.
I think he realizes now. Blink has just been chrono boosted instantly. And
third base, though, pretty quickly here for MikeRoss. So this could play a big role, even though I fully anticipate MCanning to start his own. Let's see if MikeRoss plays aggressive this time. Please, MikeRoss, don't get charged again. And the same build, it just wasn't crisp enough. I feel like he's about to start charge, isn't he?
Probably. Let's go. Wait, go to
he's
the Twilight Council.
One of the gates.
Let's go to the charge. No, probably not.
He's still wiping his stalkers right now, but
just a big war.
He might go for an attack.
Yeah.
Because Prism on the way. This could be really good for MikeRoss.
Yep. Against that third base would be nice. Hallucinated Phoenix has, well, it's already spotted the third base before, but hasn't spotted the army towards the middle.
2 of the gates are being chrono boosted. Yeah, MikeRoss is gonna go for an attack here. Okay. MCanning sees it with the Hallucinated Phoenix. I don't know if he clicked.
Sees the army in the middle of the map
7
as well.
gateways in total for MikeRoss. Against the currently 4 for MCanning, and then 2 more being added on. So he should be getting a huge lead here in terms of stalkers. Like, sure, there's going to be a couple immortals from MCanning, 2 in total, and some Guardian Shield defensively. I think he might have cancelled, actually, that third base. Did he start it?
No, he did, and now it's cancelled.
Oh, MikeRoss cancelled his.
Oh, they both cancelled.
Oh, my God. There's so many overcharges defensively that I'm not sure that this should work against MCanning. And also, like, he's gonna get blink finished here very soon, because he chrono boosted it the whole time, and now he's got disruptor production.
That's a lot of stalkers. He's double his opponent's stalker count because the disruptors are on the way.
You know what gave it away? The chrono boost on these gates.
Yeah.
Like, if you fly there with the Hallucinated Phoenix and you see double Gateway kind of boosted, like you should be
That's a lot of stalkers,
crapping your jocks, as Conor McGregor would say, and getting really scared.
There's some hallucinated stalkers in here as well to make it even look bigger. That's kind of cool. All right, moving back there for a moment. Force Field's going to trap in the 2 Immortals. Oh, ho, ho. And those will go down very fast. This defense position...
No, the Prism, not like this.
Oh, okay, you got to go back. Woof, 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 GG. I agree, woof, woof, woof. Woof.
Okay, that was not the execution that MikeRoss was hoping for, so MCanning will advance on to the next round. I believe we're going to be covering Scarlet's game here for the next round, by the way.
Ooh,
I booked that.
You booked it?
I booked it.
In advance.
I RSVP'd.
Nice. Well done. We could probably take a look at the bracket in just a moment, as once Todd has that set up and good to go.
Oh, me?
Of course, you. You're the bracket master.
Okay, well, let me refresh.
He's mastered the bracket.
All right, we can have a look.
Ta-da.
Should I hide round of 64?
Hide yes.
Yeah, all right. So we just did round of 32, and then we're going to do round of 16 Scarlet against... Actually, what? Maybe it's not up to date, but we saw MikeRoss, MCanning. Actually, MCanning will move on to face Poke Bunny. That's a pretty cool matchup as well. Suppy might be meeting Neeb if he wins that. And I guess...
Who's RSM? I don't know who
Where?
RSM is. VVV RSM. Don't know who that is. Interesting.
I still don't see.
No?
Are you in the previous rounds?
No, I'm here. Look, go scroll down. VVV
Oh, yeah.
RSM. I don't know who that is.
Well, somebody that beat Powerful and Mr. 78-9. Yeah, quite a few Canadians actually in this. Not just Scarlet, who actually had to eliminate a fellow Canadian in Bones, but down there we've got Jig and Sotorks. Still fighting True. Or I think seed number 2 is down there. We'll have to go maybe through one of these guys if he can beat Volts. So, yeah, I don't think anything too crazy happened so far here with this. Patco, I believe, who's Caliber, beat Penabermi apparently.
So basically, the big contenders for the spots are 2 rounds or 2 series victories away from qualifying for the playoffs. You need to win that round of 16 game. Then once you win your quarterfinal, you're done for the day. And then you don't have to